Hello everyone, welcome to a spotlight on Legend of Keepers, a kind of dungeon master simulator kind of game. It's an interesting game. It's by far not the most unique concept. Obviously, being a dungeon master has been done to death before, but this is a game that's still in early access, but does seem to get it right and have some fun with it. It's not just like one group of adventurers after the other. There's actually like some management stuff in there as well, and generally I think it's a lot of fun. So I'm at week 10 right now. Every week you can choose to do one action, and here we have a divergence in: do I want to do a adventurers or do I want to fight the veterans, which are harder to deal with, but they also give better rewards. As this is a video of me showing off the game, and I'll not be focusing too much on the gameplay itself, but rather explaining it, I'll go with the easier ones here. These are the employees you have, which are the monsters at your disposal. So you've got 2 rooms of monsters, and you can move them between rooms, and they all have special abilities, and here it's complicated, right? So it's not that complicated. Let me explain. You see these bars down here? That's kind of like their satisfaction level. And when they die, their satisfaction goes lower. And if they are below a certain amount of satisfaction, like this guy is right here, you want to send them to the garrison, which is just like has them relax a little bit, and slowly but surely the satisfaction will build back up. And when they're back at full, they even get a little bit of a boost, I believe. But you do need 3 in every single room. So I'm not sending this guy to the garrison because otherwise I don't have... Actually, that is bullshit. I can definitely send you there and then take one of you and put you over there. There is a little bit more like strategy if I was just playing the game here. Normally, I read up a little bit more what all the characters do. I've only done like 2 or 3 dungeons, so I don't know them like instinctively yet. But then you also have traps, which I have got 6 traps, but if you've got more, you have a stock and you need to bring 6 with you, and you can only use 1 in every trap room. At the moment I've got this saw, this rallying horn, bone catapult, poison dart, poisonous plant, and a mortar, which the last of which these 2 I have upgraded, which you can do when you have an engineer option. So that is like your loadout and your team, and I went into the dungeon without realizing it, so there we go. Okay, so first off we have a trap room, and you have 3 adventurers here, one of which has 25% disadvantage against fire, 50% armor against ice, 15% against physical attacks, minus 45 nature, and plus 25 air. He's got 2 attacks, one of which is a skill, and one of which will only attack the one in front of the party. This one is also a front attacker and has a skill. This one is an area attacker, which means he'll attack all of the members of your party. So, let's see. Fire. This one doesn't really get a lot of damage from fire, but these 2 do, and this also applies burns. I'm going to start with a mortar here, confirm. Then we get to the main meat of any given dungeon, which are the monster areas. So right now I only have 3 monsters, so there's not really a lot of choosing to do here, other than the order I put them in. As you can see, he attacks in front, and he attacks area. So the area attacks, you can't avoid that. But these 2 attacking the monster you put in the front means that you want to put the most bulky monster in front. Because if you put, let's see, this dude in front, he's going to die fairly easily. Whereas this one has a lot more HP. So we're going to put you in front. And then these 2 don't really matter that much altogether, I'd say. It really doesn't actually at all. There's a real good chance, by the way, that these will not kill any, or like maybe 1, but you're not meant to. These will die a lot more than the monsters in the second group. So we'll confirm that. Then we can place another trap, which let's do the poisonous dart for this one. Then more monsters, which is the second group of monsters, the second loadout we have. So let's put you in front, then These two, once again, don't really matter. And then this is your boss character. I at the moment only have this one unlocked. Once this one reaches level 10, you... Oh, it only attacks one of them. I thought it was like all of them. That sucks a little bit. Once that one reaches level 10, I unlock the next one. And there's going to be multiple. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Okay, so now to get to the meat of the game. You can either kill your enemies, which is the red bar here on top, that's their HP, but they also have a morale bar, which once that reaches 0, they won't die, but they'll run away. If you kill an enemy, you get blood. If you scare them away, you get tears, both of which are a currency. So let's see, this is 40 air damage to the back character, so that's him, which he is weak to air, but I can also scare the front one for minus 30 morale. He is a bit of a bitch though, I think, so I'm going to attack him with that. And my front guy just died. That's how quickly that can go. Over here on the left hand side, by the way, in a turn-based RPG, it always reminds me of Final Fantasy X. I know that's not the game that did it first, but that's the game where I experienced it first. You can see the turn order and you can speed up characters, you can slow down characters to switch that turn order a little bit. So Scream of Terror, it does minus 15 morale against every enemy on screen, and then I also have 35 physical damage against the guy in front, but he has 15% armor, so I don't really want to do that. So let's go Scream of Terror. He'll not survive another turn, sadly, so that'll be all the terror I can give at the moment, but that'll be fine. And let's go for morale. So far in the dungeons I've done, I've killed all of my enemies. I'm going to try to lower their morale for them to run away, just to show you. Because you understand what killing the enemy will be. And this one will definitely die, because he's already low on HP. Oh yeah, we also have the spell room. There's going to be an empty room in every single dungeon, which you can choose a spell. This one applies 60 damage and burn for 3 turns. To the guy in front only. Show No Mercy applies Enraged 3 to the next group of monsters, which damage and morale dealt increases by 30%, so that's pretty good. And then Intimidation morale minus 20 for everybody and Terrifies for 3 turns, I think that means. Morale taken from attacks and traps increased by 50%. Let's go for Intimidation, because I want to lower the morale. And I don't know if my guys here have very good... Oh, you have a passive ability. Monsters behind the skeleton take 25% less damage. That's very good. This is either like area damage or concentrated damage, and you have resistance against air. So let's go for area damage here. And this is area... Oh, it even shows you the changes in the bars when you mouse over the attack. I hadn't noticed that until now. Let's go Fear of the Dead. And either Impalement, 45% for the front dude, or 60 damage and applies bleeding. There's 100% of final damage on the hero positions just behind the target. Huh. That's interesting. So this is kind of how like the main gameplay loop works, and other than this it's just mostly a management game as well, which is a very fun combination of two different kinds of gameplay. Let's see. The dude in the back almost is ready to die, so I think I'll try to kill him with my harpy here. Unless I can't, in which case fuck me, I guess. Okay, so now this is the boss character. I did lose a little bit of HP due to a event I just did before starting to record this. So I started with a little bit less HP. You recover HP on your boss character gradually, but it doesn't heal all the way necessarily. Challenge. Front, minus 40 morale. That is quite a lot. Then we have Enslavement and Whiplash. Let's go for the challenge. Just again, because I want to show you them running away and me getting the tears. I'll probably kill the other two. Is my best guess here. Especially since I don't want to lose too much HP on my boss character. And that should get rid of the front one. He's like, okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And the other two I'll probably just kill. This will kill it. This will not drive him away. So I'll just kill him. And maybe I'll challenge him if that gets rid of him in one turn. It doesn't, so you're just dead, is what you are. And that is a dungeon done. You can choose a reward, either some money. As you can see, I've got some heroes killed, heroes scared, and you also get some money. Parandora's box, minus 10 morale, stacks of all penalties applied to heroes are increased by 2. That's very good. Minus 10 morale applied and raise 3 to the next group of monsters. Rallying Horn sounds really kind of good. Let's go for the Rallying Horn here. Actually, let's go for the money, just because I want to show you what all the currencies can do. The motivation here, gain some motivation. Everybody who died lost motivation. So let's look at our employee loadout here. You definitely want to go into the garrison. You are coming back. And you are not all that useful to begin with, so I don't really care. Okay, so now we're on week 11. We can do training, therapy, or an event. An event is random and can be all sorts of things. So let's do an event. Why not? Additional budgets. The lab assistant brought a brand new equipment without asking for permission. On top of that, he is now asking further funds that were not planned in the initial budget. I can fire him, or I can pay him a lot of money. Why not? Let's just pay him. Let's see what that does for us in the long term. We can work out, which has some intensive session at the gym. A master has to say fit. Inadequate resource. So I can't do that right now because I just paid that motherfucker. We can go to the merchant though, and he can sell us some new monsters and new items. He looks fairly nice. Let's see. Let's go with you. And renew is a reroll for the shot, but I don't really want to do that right now. So we can leave the merchant. We can go to the merchant again, but we don't really have any money, so we can't use that. Let's do another event. Broken trap. Due to a lack of maintenance, one of your traps didn't pass the last mandatory checkup. You can call a repairer to come at your expense, or send it to 5 weeks to technical department who will fix it for free. I don't have money, so let's do Tinker. Which means I can't use him for 5 weeks now, which I wasn't going to anyway. I haven't done Black Market yet, so let's see what that does. Black Market, I can sell some of my more useless employees. So let's sell you. You aren't that useless. You are fairly useless. Are you though? Oh, you're not the dude I was thinking about. Are you? You are, actually. I'm going to sell both of you because I could use the money. And then we get back to Adventurers. This one is a difficulty of 1 and rewards of 1. So let's do one more and then I'll end off the video there just so that you can see a little bit more in action and like a little bit of variance potentially as well. Because these are different enemies. We have a enemy which does 45 physical damage, has an enraged skill and a passive effect that can't bleed. These are all level 2 as well, a lot more HP. 55 nature damage, applies 3 poison, applies 4 poison to the monster with the highest life at the start of each fight. That's not very good for me. 50 air damage, applies tiredness 2. And gives 50% morale back to one hero after a fight. So this dude needs to die, is what we're learning here. Let's start with a Rallying Horn. Yeah, let's start with the Rallying Horn here. And then, let's see. You have minus 35. Ice does seem to be fairly good against these dudes. So applies ice weakness as well. Okay, so definitely we're bringing you and you in the same group here. But do you have any attacks that... Yeah, you do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to remove this monster. And we're going to put the weakest one in the middle, because those will only be affected by area attacks. You've got front attacks, area attacks, and back attacks. You don't have middle attacks. So you want to sandwich the weaker characters in between the more powerful ones. And I haven't even checked your HP, but your HP is also fairly high. So this is going to be our loadout for the first room. Then we have the spell room, which only becomes important when we actually get to that in the main game. Now let's... There's a poisonous plant here. And then... I mean, I guess you're also fairly weak to fire. I need back attack, so... You're definitely not a good fit for the first place, I don't think. You go first, you go second, and then... Let's have you third. Are you a new character? I haven't seen you before. Did I get a new character? I don't know. Let's do this dungeon now. Rallying Horn means they all lose some morale right off the bat. And then these all should get a bit of a power boost, I think. Yeah. That's a lot of fucking damage, holy hell. That does 52 air damage and you are not weak to air whatsoever. So let's use Scare with you. Then probably my front guy is gonna die before anything can be done there. Yeah. Are you weak to ice? You are weak to ice and you do need to die. So I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, this first group of monsters is not gonna do a lot, and I might actually like lose here, which wouldn't be good for me. Freezing Breath 14. Also applies slowness, speed reduced by 40. That's gonna be useful. I don't know if that carries over to these monsters. I'm assuming that it does. It might not. That's a front kind of deal. I can't check. Oh, I can. Never mind. You have a resistance to fire, so definitely don't do that. Let's do Intimidation again, because that is a fairly good... oh yeah, you can definitely see that does carry over. But since there's so many rooms in between, they're not slowed anymore, sadly. But they are fairly, like, deadly poisoned. That enragement technique is not good at all for me. You are resistant to fire, so don't do that. Oh, that's for the dude in the back. Maybe I can do that. Let's see. Let's try to kill the dude in the back. Spear Strike, 60 physical damage, but you have a lot of armor. Or Impalement. I guess Impalement at least damages the middle dude, which... Okay, that is an attack that actually does damage the middle dude. Fair enough. I have not had any adventurers use such a thing against me, but I assume that it is possible. That's not going to kill you, and that's not going to kill you either. But it does apply burn, and this does just not... adds 2 stacks to the penalty. Most heroes. Let's just burn them, because that might... the burn damage might kill him. Is what I'm hoping, anyway. It didn't. Okay, so let's kill him so he doesn't get a turn. Then I get the next turn immediately as well. And I can... The boss is only probably going to have to deal with mostly you. You're probably going to die fairly easily. I want to scale one away though. Is that a realistic possibility for me? I don't think it is. Your HP is very low, but your morale is way too high. And I might actually like just straight up lose this one. Okay, so I'll kill him with enslavement and then challenge you twice, and that'll get your morale low enough to the point where you flee. The only question is, will I survive long enough for that to actually happen? I don't know. because you are dealing quite a lot of damage against me. Okay, so you did survive long enough, but my health is very, very low, man. So it's not good for me. Let's see, artifacts. Oh, I can get artifacts. I haven't had this yet. Demons attack regenerate their life by 20% of damage dealt. That's very good. Each trap has a 10% chance to gain malfunction. That doesn't seem very good. Is malfunction a good property? Doesn't sound like a good property. I don't think I want that. Creatures have a 20% chance to gain and rage 3 when they are attacked. That also seems very good. This seems to be what I would like most. I really do like lifesteal mechanics in games oftentimes. So let's see who we are going to put in the garrison now. You definitely want to take a little bit of a vacation. And then probably you as well, I want to say. Oh, engineers. There we go. I haven't shown you this yet. The engineers, you can upgrade your traps. So let's upgrade you because you do seem like a fairly useful trap. It's not really a trap, is it? I don't have enough for the training, but I haven't used the therapist yet. So let's see what that does. Your employees get a therapy session paid for by the company. Killing humans is difficult, a line of work. Definitely is. And you often have to leave your consciousness at home. You're killing people, literally, yeah. Particularly during torture sessions. I haven't really done any torturing yet, but sure. This session will let you gain your employees to talk about their feelings and let out some steam. Motivation gain for all available monsters. So I can use some money or some tears to get them +2, or just thank them for free and get +1. Let's use the tears because I'm not going to use them otherwise anyway. The alchemist will allow you to trade between tears and blood. Maybe money as well. I don't think money, but the events usually are more fun. So let's see what this event has to offer us. An enthusiast has tracked down an artifact to you and would like to buy it for a very attractive price, 200 gold. I'm going to refuse that because that artifact is going to come in very, very handy. And now we're back at week 19 with the choice between adventurers or veterans. And that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. If you want to play this game, there's a link down below in the description to the Steam page where you can get it. It's still in early access, but it does seem to be shaping up to be a very fun and interesting game. My slaveholder, my champion, my boss character is very close to dying, so I don't know. I'm probably going to go with Adventurous again once I continue playing this. Until next time though, I've been Vlogger, you've been awesome. See you all back next time. Bye.